names are given: Palasha, Falguni, Agrodha, Palaksha, Ashwatha, Vikankata, Kata, Odumbara, Bilva, Chandana, Yajniya, Sharada, Devadaru, Shala, Khadira, Akra, Apamarga, Pippala, Sami, Durva, Kusha. There are the 20 different types of leaves or leaves from the trees or twigs that you need to complete this puja. Similarly, the Havana Dravya, the material required for the oblations to the fire are the barley, wheat, rice, sesame, panic seed, a pulse, corn, something like corn, and gram. These are the materials that are required to be put into the fire. Now, this is, and those who are the regular practitioners of this Agnihotra, their whole life becomes busy only collecting all these things. If one thing is less, Arey Bapre, I did not do the Agnihotram properly. Continuous tension. Okay, nowadays maybe people are already collecting and it is available in packages in the shops.
No, it is 9. It is 9.
This is much more detailed. So such a person who is called an Agnihotri performs this Agnihotram every day, the Homa, and they have this small Havan Kund. Yes, it takes only 15-20 minutes to get done. By that, the environment, this is the belief, the environment gets purified because of the herbs that you are putting into it. And this is according to the Karma Kanda injunctions. But what is the understanding of a wise man? He regards his physical body as the fire lighting platform, purified by the cleansing effect of discrimination. The main material required in such a Homa Karma is the fourfold qualification of Vedantic self-inquiry. What are the fourfold qualifications? Viveka, Vairagya, Shatka Sampatti and Mumukshutvam. Discrimination between the truth and the untruth, Vairagya, dispassion, Shatka Sampatti, the 6 qualities that have to be cultivated, Shama, Dama, Uparama, Titiksha, Shraddha, Shraddha and Samadhan. And Mumukshutvam, the intense desire to liberate. Now, where is this possible? These 4, where can you practice it? Outside? Within. It's within. If you don't have the body, you cannot practice this. So, within himself, within this temple of the body, he practices this Agnihotra. He is continuously offering. What is he offering? Here the explanation is given. The fire is lit by the process of churning kindling rod, because the fire in Agnihotra is not to be borrowed from the stove that is burning, or you're carrying, maybe you're a smoker, so you carry the lighter and you light the lamp, the fire. You cannot do that way. You cannot take a matchstick and burn it. It has to be pure fire, and that pure fire is either you rub the 2 stones and the fire comes out, or you take a magnifying glass from the sun and it burns the cotton wool, and that cotton wool you take, it is pure fire. Or you take the arani, you take the 2 cups of wood and with a wooden stick and you churn, and when the heat is generated in the cup, you put some cotton wool there and it gets lighted. This is the only 3 forms of pure fire. Yes, lightning is there, but very few people can light. You'll wait ages to get the lightning.
Then you get shocked.
No, people capture lightning power. You can. Nowadays the technology is there. But on a daily basis, this is the way they light the fire. But a wise man, he is not going into the action. His lighting of fire is by the process of self-enquiry is the churning rod, and the reflection and contemplation on the self is the process of churning. So the means is the self-enquiry, and continuously the mind or the intellect is thinking, the inner equipment is thinking about who am I. This process of continuously seeking the self generates the fire inside. What happens, and this has to be done with devotion, this has to be done with single pointedness, otherwise fire will not come. The wood used to feed the fire is desire, anger, greed, etc. And this is our experience, isn't it? When we do the meditation, when we are sitting, just merely watching the breath, we are not even going to anywhere else. When we are just watching the breath, so many other thoughts coming and demanding attention. But the moment you shift your attention from those thoughts to the breath, those thoughts become the oblations to the fire that is born out of that inquiry. These are the oblations. And if you keep doing this again and again and again and again, a point comes where the mind starts getting purified. Why? Because all these unnecessarily unrequired impressions within the mind, the conscious or the subconscious desires lurking within your mind, the latent impressions lurking in your mind, they all get offered as oblation. Offered as oblation. Offered as oblation. Into the process of self-enquiry. The moment you become aware of something appearing in your mind, and you are shifting your attention not to that which has arisen, but keeping the mind single pointed on the self, on the witness, that which has arisen becomes the oblation. It burns away. The wood used to feed the fire is desire, anger, greed, etc. The bellows of dispassion provide the air. So this is a self-feeding process. The more you go towards the self, the more you think about the self, the more you drop the desires. Desires can only be about the world. The more you desire, the more you get single-pointed towards the self. The more you become single-pointed towards the self, the more you drop the desires. That means you become dispassionate. So they are both directly proportional to each other. When the enquiry into the self-knowledge thus blazes into the flames of establishment in self-knowledge, all the world of plurality, names and forms burns to ashes. This is the real meaning of the fire ceremony. All others are desire prompted and get entangled more and more deeply in the web of samsara. When early in the morning you wake up, or we sit in meditation on Sunday mornings and we wake up, we get out of the meditation. Sometimes